All right, CG's going hard on these dang Q&As. God, now there's one on the new territory battles. However, this might be a little bit more warranted than the characters. I feel like the characters is just overkill. You have like the questions and all that in the forums at the end of the kit reveal. You don't really need a full separate thing. But this one is a whole new game mode. It's hard, it's this, it's that. So this might actually be a little more warranted. Anyways, let's get it. Hey, all Table Heroes. That's weird. It actually says hey, all Table Heroes. Doesn't it usually say hi? And I always just say hey instead. This time it actually says hey. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Thank you so very much. There is no so I added that. For asking questions about the new TB. We would like to apologize for not answering some of these questions earlier. There were some unforeseen complications that popped up that delayed these, and some of your questions are already answered. But the fact that TB is now live, that's true. Sure, there was some questions that weren't known at the time, but now that the TB has already happened, these people probably were able to enter it and discover. Oh, okay. Anyways, without further intro, here are the rest of the QAs. Will CG make it easier to acquire Relic 8 and 9? Probably not a lot of people. We are taking measured steps on ensuring that guilds are able to eventually bring their rosters to the level where they can show mastery over the new territory battle. Alongside the TB, we launched the doubling of almost every gear piece below Gear 12. Additionally, Rise of the Empire has R8 and R9 materials as rewards, as well as Get 3 shipments containing some of the higher end relic materials. So in other words, and in much less words, the answer to that question is no. I mean, seriously, you're talking about how they doubled almost every gear piece below Gear 12. Okay, Gear 12 has nothing to do with Relic 8 and Relic 9. Gear 12 then requires you to get to Gear 13. Then you need to get from Relic 1 to Relic 8 or 9. Those are two totally different animals. So thanks, CG, for answering that question. Then you say, oh yeah, Rise of the Empire has R8 and R9 materials as rewards. Yeah, well, that fucking event is hard to begin with. So that's why people are asking if it'll be easier to get those relic levels. That way then you can more easily and more commonly enter this new TB. Cool. R8 is a big commitment. What characters should we prioritize to meaningfully party? What characters should we prioritize to meaningfully party? Rogue One, Inquisitors, Phoenix. Meaningfully party. What does that mean? Anyways, yes, R8 is a big commitment. God, as a free-to-play player, it takes me at least 2 weeks to go from R7 to R8. Like, it's ridiculous. I hate it, and it sucks because the characters that I have Relic 8'd, it's not characters that I want to Relic 8, it's characters that I need to for stupid events, like trying to go after the Executorship, or when I was trying to get the requirements met for Jedi Master Kenobi. Although, actually, I did just remember, I have R8 Jedi Master Luke, so that's actually, Grandmaster Luke, I mean. So that's actually a choice. But otherwise, all my other Relic 8s, they're not choices, they're requirements. So, they said, we encourage players to work on Jabba the Hutt and his squad, as well as Inquisitors and Dr. Aphra. The information post has specifics on which units are required for a mission in each phase, so you can look at the early phases for ideas if you want to concentrate your efforts on earning as many points as possible in those phases. I like that you made a new TB. It's been a minute. The Senate. Okay, this isn't a question, it's just a comment. And then they managed to answer. Adding content like this is difficult and takes the effort of several areas of the studio. To bring you this at the same time as releasing new characters on the schedule that we do is a Herculean effort. And we are pleased that the community recognizes our efforts. Okay. Will we be allowed to run 2 TBs at the same time? Nox Eternal Luna. What are these names? Territory battles are balanced around your entire guild participating in them. Allowing guilds to run 2 TBs at the same time would put an unfair burden on its membership, while at the same time giving an unfair advantage over guilds who do not have the insanely high level of coordination running 2 TBs at the same time would require. Additionally, this would require an entire rewrite of the TV system, as running 2 simultaneously was never something engineered or had UI to support. I mean, on one hand, that would be cool. The idea that, you know, if you have a really strong guild and you're able to do that, and you could get, not really strong, you know, a decently strong guild, and you could run 2 TBs and get all those prizes and stuff, that would be pretty cool. But at the same time, God, this is just a stupid freemium game, and that would be so much of a commitment. I mean, I find it to be challenging enough when we have like a challenge pit raid plus TB going on, Grand Arena going on, and it's like, God, I gotta keep participating in all this nonsense. Never mind if there was 2 territory battles. I mean, yeah, at the same time, I do have 2 accounts, so technically I am running 2 territory battles all the time anyways. But still, I don't know. It does seem like quite a commitment just for a freemium mobile game. What will Cassian's Omicron turn him into? He'll still be Cassian. He's not gonna, you know, he's not a Digimon. He's not gonna evolve into something. Cassian Andor's disguise is that of a modified magma trooper. What? That's cool. This version of Magma Trooper will be more deadly than the one you are accustomed to. Oh, really? Magma Trooper is decent, but I feel like he just needs a tiny little touch-up to his kit, and then he'll be really good. Like, he's so close. He's decent, but that's it. Tiny bit of a modification, and then he'll be good. This, lowercase, is less TB related and more consistency question. Okay, good phrasing there. Why is the neutral color so different each time is used? Okay. Honda was revealed with the purple neutral tag, my preferred one. In-game is white-gray, and this TP announcement uses yellow on their side and in the promotion picture. Dakoda. Neutral is not the same as mixed. Ah, you're right. Yeah, because the mixed path, I think, is yellow, right? That's not neutral. That's anything. Light, dark, and neutral. The center path, the Rise of the Empire, is meant to represent the underworld element of Star Wars, the smugglers and the scoundrels trying to stay out of the brewing galactic civil war. With that in mind, white is the color we will use for neutral units, and yellow is the color chosen for the mixed path in the Rise of Empire territory battles. Although you didn't address the purple, and yes, I do recall this person is correct, it was purple, and it did look actually pretty good. But I felt like it only looked good because it worked with Hondo. There was just something about him, that purple coloring just matched his jacket or something, so it looked pretty cool. Will Crosshair sometimes come to the game, maybe even in the Rise of the Empire territory battle? Klogot. Crosshair is an enemy featured in one of the Rise of the Empire missions. Oh, well, you didn't tell us that. How much fight ships do we have by phase? Name not given. There is 1 fleet battle on the majority of planets, with 3 planets per phase. More may be added in the future. So you're looking at 9 fight ships. Now that TB3 is out, what are your plans for future TB3 content, characters, etc.? Many people. I thought I was going to say, is there going to be a TB4 coming out? As with all questions regarding future content, our answer will always be wait and see. You well know, however, that there are many sections of the territory map that currently do not have any planets or paths to them. Oh, so you're saying that that's on purpose? That then you can add stuff? Like you kind of are just planning that in? Like, just in case you think of something. Currently, gear rewarded from challenges will not be doubled, but the exchange rate for this material is being halved. What? As an example, the MK5 droid collar. That's a whole sentence somehow. As an example, the MK5 droid collar. There's no verb, there's just the subject. No verb, no predicate. But that's a sentence. Alright, cool. Would you consider either adjusting the quantity of challenge gear rewarded, not having the exchange rate for this gear be halved, or adding a new tier for these challenges? Darth Chaos. We added a significant amount of challenge gear last year. The new changes are in part focused on catching up the rest of the game to the system. Our current efforts are trying to focus acceleration on systems that reward your play rather than auto redemption. E.g., that's why CG doubled as well. That's why GC, doubled as well. That's why GC doubled. What is GC? Galactic Challenge? They gave double rewards? Yeah, they did already address that, though, how they said they did that last year. This person's just dumb. I didn't do anything, motherfuckers. Will Get 3 be added to any other locations? 5 people. Get 3 is meant to provide a compelling reason for a guild to shift focus to Rise of the Empire. The decision on when to swap is already quite complicated, so we wanted to avoid adding yet another layer at this time. Instead, we flattened many of the underlying rewards in the existing territory battles to help guilds who are mid-progress earn more rewards and move forward more rapidly. What are the prices for Get 3 purchases, i.e. Mall Shards? 2,125 Get 3 for 5 shards of Ki-Adi-Mundi or Wat Tambor. 1,750 Get 3 for 5 shards Razor Crest, Commander Ahsoka, Maul, or Boba Sango of Giant. Yeah, they're very expensive for what you get. Ki-Adi-Mundi, 5 shards. 2,125 Get 3. I don't know how hard it is to get this currency, but that still just feels very high. Why are the shards lowered for Get 3 in comparison to shards from Get 1 and Get 2? Get 3 is a completely separate currency from Get 1 and Get 2, and values of one should not be compared to the other. What? I don't even know what this question meant. Why are the shards lowered for that in comparison to them? Like, are they saying the amount that you get in your prize boxes or something? I don't even know what that question means, and yet somehow they answered it. Well, they did kind of give a vague answer, so maybe that's how they answered. Are there going to be any partially released characters that require Get 3 to finish starring, similar to Malik, Gas, Malevolence, and the Negotiator? There is currently no plan to include units that unlock at less than 7 stars and have the remaining shards be purchased with Get 3, with the exception of Razor Crest and tie-in Interceptor prototype. The rest do? Yeah, the rest do unlock at 7 star. Those are both ships too, isn't that kind of funny? Will the new currency be purchasable? There are no current plans to make Get 3 obtainable with other in-game currencies. I mean, I don't think any of the territory battles currency is purchasable, right? It's all just through territory battles and stuff. Will there be any exclusive characters to purchase with Get 3? We currently do not have plans to have units available exclusively for Get 3. We recognize that the very possibility of this causes players to hoard currency as opposed to spending it on improving their rosters. We would much rather see you continually, improving your rosters while we would deliver new characters to you in other ways. I mean, you don't need characters that are going to be exclusive with Get 3 material anyways, because they got characters that are going to be locked behind the new territory wars, territory battle, whatever it is, game mode. Like Reva. She's a prize from that, so you don't need to have characters locked behind the stupid currency too. Will Conquest units continue to be added to Get 3 beyond those that are initially available? Whoa, Grandel Kev, he asked a lot of questions. I've seen his name a couple of times. We enjoy bringing to you Conquest units every quarter and putting them into the Proving Grounds after 1 year of Conquest exclusivity. Seeing them added to the Get 3 store gives us another avenue to deliver these units, while at the same time retaining the difficulty of shard acquisition relatable to their power levels, so you can expect new Conquest units to find themselves added to the Get 3 store eventually. So it becomes 2 options. You can get it from the Get 3 store, or you can get it from Conquest. Will Get 1 and Get 2 be rewarded in TB3? Get 1 and Get 2 are awarded, alongside Get 3. I mean, it would make sense. You get Get 1 in, how am I trying to phrase this? When you do the Geo territory battles, that gives you Get 2 currency, but you also get 1. So it would make sense that in the Rise of the Empire, you get 1 and 2 as well as the Get 3. Unless I missed something when the new TB was announced, Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum was said to be an important unit. Why is she not a combat requirement in any phase? Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum is a hero unit on the light side path and enjoys the buffs and benefits that come with that distinction. Okay. But I don't feel like you addressed the question of why is she not a combat requirement in any phase. She's not a requirement. You're just saying that she can enjoy buffs and benefits from being on the light side. Well, any light side character could. That has nothing to do specifically with Ahsoka. Can you sandbag like the other TBs? Many people. Just like previous TBs, if you do not get 1 star in a territory planet, it will be locked off and you can continue your progress in that territory as your guild sees fit. I don't know what sandbagging means. I hear the phrase, but I've heard the phrase before, but I always forget what it actually means. Just like previous territory battles, if you do not get 1 star in a territory planet, it will not be locked off. It will not be locked off, and you can continue your progress in that territory as your guild sees fit. Oh, yeah. So, like, once at the end of the phase, if you didn't get a star, you can continue to do it next round. Yeah, and that's what my stupid... Is that what sandbagging means? I get it. It's like what my guild does all the time in the Geonosis light side. We always don't get 1 star, and then they wait for the next round, and then we go in and try to get as many stars as possible. And I always don't understand why we do that. It seems kind of stupid. I'm like, why can't we just go all in now and get as many stars as we can? And then the next round, we get more stars there instead of focusing on the front, and then we only get 3 stars when maybe we could have got 4 between the first and second. I don't know. What is the incentive to go to the dark side or light side paths? Riva will require people to go down the mixed path to get to Tatooine. Will there be other characters on the other 2 paths? We mathed out many scenarios on how guilds may proceed with the territory battle. While there is an incentive and an exclusive unit in the mixed path, we do not see this as the sole reason that any guild is participating in the territory battle. Earning more stars for a higher reward should be an incentive that many guilds see past just acquiring third sister shards. I thought in this new territory battles you had to do all the paths. I didn't know you just like picked one and went down it. I thought you had to do them all. But the way that this question's asked, and even the way that this answer is, it sounds like you just pick one. And if that's the case, then yeah, why would you want to go dark side or light side? Just go down the path where you can get Riva then. Can you explain the encounter modifiers? Grand Almighty. Hero unit abilities are applied to those units in any battle in which you use them. Specific planetary and encounter modifiers will apply to both sides of the battle, which may or may not include the squad you bring to the fight, but will always include an enemy squad in that battle. What? I don't understand any of that. Would you please make it possible for players to pre-assign their donations to Operations Platoon so guilds don't have to waste hours upon hours getting everyone to donate, and players can simply begin doing missions right away if they are available? We have had a lot of feedback that Geonosis 36-hour phases put an incredible burden on guilds to coordinate deployments at different time periods on different days. In response to that feedback, Rise of the Empire was built specifically with 24-hour phases. The consistent timing of each day should help create a routine to follow for each phase. Oh, so this is back to just 1 day per thing. Why didn't you include Naboo as a planet in the new territorial battle? Naboo was on the list of planets to include, but failed to make the cut when we were deciding on exactly which planets we launched the territory battle with. There are quite a few empty spots on the map, though, hinting that it could come. Naboo is kind of funny because it's like it is a big, like, critical planet in this, in the Star Wars saga. It's basically the whole entire Episode 1 movie, maybe half of it, but still. And it's like they have the Gungans and you have humans, I guess, because Palpatine and Padme. But at the same time, it's like, it's not really, how do I say, it's not a, I don't want to say not a critical planet, but like it's like a, I don't know, nothing really big goes on. Yeah, they had that big war, but it was Gungans using spears and like fancy shields versus little worthless robots. Like, it wasn't like a big, huge, oh my god, war or anything. Like, even Tatooine's pretty desolate and boring, but at least you had Qui-Gon and Maul. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's where Luke is from, and, all this other stuff. Like, Naboo is just, I don't know, it's just like a cool planet that was just kind of like mid when it comes to fighting and stuff. They did have those cool yellow planes as well. Whatever those were called, Naboo Starfighters or something. Nabonese Starfighters. Anyhow, will there be new NPC enemies in this territory battle? The clone and the droid NPCs from Geonosis territory battles are amazing. What? Thank you. Yes, we have created more brand new units for you to fight along all the paths of the Rise of the Empire territory battle. Wait, what? They said they created brand new units for you to fight along. That means that they're your ally, right? But this one says any new NPC enemies. This one's asking about enemies, not allies. Why did they answer with allies? Right? We have created more brand new units for you to fight along. Oh wait, no, for you to fight along all the paths. Never mind. I get it. It is enemies. Okay. I was reading it wrong. They're saying fight along the paths, not fight along like with. I get it. Can characters with Territory Battle Omicrons be excluded from platoons? What? We discussed excluding these units from platoons, but that precedent would prevent us from adding new Territory Battle related Omicrons in the future. Territory Battle Omicron units are already required in platoons for Hoth and Geonosis. Oh, I see, because they're saying like they don't want to waste an Omicron in a stupid platoon. They want to be able to use that character to actually battle with. I get it. Is there a cadence on new characters like Riva being added to the Territory Battle, or will it be a case-by-case basis? Additional Territory Battle exclusive units may be added on a case-by-case basis, but considering you guys are dickbags, you're probably going to put a lot of characters in there just because, you know, it's hard and we can't get it and you just want to appease those whales and krakens. Ugh. Are the previous Territory Battles going to be dropped in the future? I don't think so. Because they all have their own special purpose. Yeah, there might be this new Territory Battle, but like, you know, you have the regular Hoth and such. Hoth and what was the other side? The light side version. And that's for like low level, weak players, like my second game. So that's for us. Then you have the Geonosis. That's for mid to kind of strong guilds, like my main game. And then you got this Territory Battle for like the strong guilds. This is for the guilds that were crushing it with the Geonosis and all that, getting max stars. Now you got a new one that's a little harder and, you know, puts those Relic 8s and Relic 9s to use rather than they're just there, being strong for no reason. Anyways, their answer. We will not be removing previous Territory Battles. The lion's share of guilds are not at a level that can engage with the Rise of the Empire Territory Battle. And so Hoth and Geonosis remain in-game for them to work on. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I said. I don't really know what the lion's share is supposed to mean. I guess majority is what it's saying. Can you provide a response to the community about the need for such a high level relic requirement? Holy crap, their answer was long. As Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes continues to get bigger and bigger, the ceiling for what is available for players and guilds to do needs to grow alongside it. We look at the Rise of the Empire Territory Battle as a massive raise to that ceiling, giving players a long runway of content to challenge them for a long time to come. We took the lessons learned from Geonosis and Conquest in what challenges our players and made sure that Rise of the Empire met and exceeded those challenges. Wow. Understandably, this looks insurmountable to a large portion of our player base, but at one point in time, having a squad of 7-star units also felt insurmountable, or even getting multiple units past Relic 4. Roster GP continues to grow every day, and until this Territory Battle, players had a very within reach top end that would take the wind out of their sails once they achieved it. Rise of the Empire gives new heights while not taking away the old ones. High relic levels are required for this Territory Battle, and the rewards needed for those relic levels can be found in Territory Wars. This means that a guild that wants to move forward in Territory Battles should be looking at moving forward in Territory Wars at the same time. As mentioned previously in this FAQ, we are always looking at what barriers are between players and current collections, and where we all want to see them grow to, and take measures when warranted to shorten the paths to power, as seen with the gear doubling that came alongside this Territory Battle. We will continue to monitor progress, not just in the new Territory Battle, but in the state of players' collections, to see if and when further steps need to be taken. The Rise of the Empire Territory Battle was a concerted effort by the entire team at Capital Games, and even players who will not be able to participate in the Territory Battle for some time will reap benefits of new units and new environments throughout the different game modes, and quality of life features and UI elements that have made their way into the Hoth and Geonosis Territory Battles. Here's the thing. I'm gonna make a whole video on this someday about the higher relic level requirements, because basically what it does is when you have set requirements, it makes it so that everybody's squads and such are all the same. It creates uniform rosters. You know what I mean? all these people are going to have the same high relic requirements in their roster if they have, let's say, GLs and Grand Inquisitor and what the heck's his name, Starkiller, and all of them. You're gonna have all those R5s, R7 characters, and it's all the same. Having all these high relic requirements basically mitigates personal, how do I put this? Like, maybe what a player likes is, I don't know, let's choose a random faction. Like, say Ewoks. You like the Ewoks a lot, and you want to work on them, but you're stuck in not being able to work on your Ewoks because you got to work on all this other stuff to unlock all these other characters. So it just creates a homogenous game rather than a nice, diverse, unique game where, oh, this person worked on their Ewoks and Jawas. This person worked on their Old Republic. This person worked on their Galactic Republic crappy Jedi. Ooh, this person worked on, you know what I mean? It's all the same. Oh, we all worked on all this because we just wanted to get the GLs and everything, and the relic levels are so high that we can't focus on anything else. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I could make another video that goes more deeper into that, but that's just my thoughts on this, and probably this person's thoughts that they didn't even put anonymous, they just put nothing. Anyways, last question. Did you have any fun ideas while developing this TB that ultimately did not make it into the final product? Anything you can share? To Pillowbound. There were a lot of ideas we had to leave out for the initial launch, many of which were quality of life improvements for territory battles overall. We do hope to include these improvements in a future update when it is possible. You dicks. Quality of life improvements for territory battles overall, and you left those out? Oh, this would make the game so much better for everyone. Well, fucking cut that. Nobody needs that. Get that out of here. Seriously? It's kind of a dick move. Yeah, we want to make the game just be crappy for everyone. Well, don't get that crappy idea out of here of quality of life improvements. Get that out of here. Although, this guy said, or Tupelo, whatever name that is, said, did you have any fun ideas while developing this? Well, a quality of life improvement isn't really a fun idea. That's just like a cool thing to do. Put some quality of life improvements. So you didn't even really answer the question. Anyhow, thank you once again for all the questions, CG team. Yeah, so that's all they got, and obviously then that would be all that I have. That came out very weirdly. That would be all that I have, too. So, until next time, hopefully it's not a Q&A. I said see ya.